Hi friends, welcome back to our channel. Guys, today we need to discuss about real-time project. Real-time project means like I will explain how to do today end-to-end pipeline. So once developer is push the code in, once his development is completed, then he push the code in Bitbucket or GitHub, right? Then once he's pushed the code, and how automatically like it will clone the code, and it will build the code, and it will create the target files. Then how create the image using Docker file. Then how it is pushing that image to your Docker hub or any other artifactories. Then how you are deploying using that image in your Kubernetes microservices, how you are connecting in Kubernetes. These all the things we need to discuss today. So this is very lengthy video. Again, this is very important for your real time projects. Once you learn this, how once you understand this process, they can then you can easy to handle your projects. How we need to deploy using CI/CD. So in how you are maintaining your CI/CD, then how to deploy your code using CI/CD, how you are connecting your cluster. Then these are the things, everything you can manage once you understand this flow. So I just simply I will explain one thing. This is my pipeline script in this screen. Here I just created some of the stages. I will explain what are these stages, practical also. Just understand theoretically like what are the stages I have added, how we can create the Jenkins stages using CI/CD process. You can tell interviews any interviews they'll ask what is your CI/CD process. You can use these steps and all. You can use these stages. You can explain in we are doing these stages and CI process, and these are the stages we are deploying in CD process. These are the things you can explain easily. Then they will also understand he already did the real time projects. So you can crack interviews easily like this. So this way we can go for today. Like I will explain with the diagram also, but the diagram also it will not require. Then let me search that also. Then it will be easy. EKS Kuber deploy using CI/CD. LM chat I will explain later. First we can understand CI/CD pipeline flow. Not like this. Let me open another image. I will show you just simply one image. Hmm. This easily can understand. Once developer push the code in GitHub, then it will pick the code and commit the webhook. Like webhook we are not using today. That I will show you next class. This is very lengthy class. That's why I'm skipping automation triggering. So you can use polysim also. Once you commit the code and it will trigger automatically. So today I will show you manual, then we can automate. This is not an that much important, so we can go for manual process now. Manual process means only triggering the job only. This is not manual process, but this is automatic script only. You can just understand this once developer push the code and Jenkins will pick the code and it will trigger automatically, that is webhook. Then after that it will build the image, and it will push the Docker Hub. Once it will push the Docker Hub, then it will create one image here. Then it will take Jenkins deployment using Kubernetes. Okay, I'm just saving this. CICD end to end deployment. This is the flow, guys. How to clone and how to do that steps you just understand now. I'm just explaining. This is the pipeline syntax. Just see my screen, and agent I have a label created, and this is I'm running for master. I have created separate workspace. If you want you can create, otherwise I will show you one more thing here. There is a one pipeline. If you want you can use directly pipeline agent any, then it will take directly wherever you are running, then it will take. I just created a separate workspace, so I have created the my custom workspace name, the so it will clone in this location only, that my whatever code I have now developer is pushing now, that code it will clone this location. So I just added some environment variables. So this is related to Docker Hub credentials. This is image and this is the tag. This is the image name and this is the tag. And this is the username of Docker Hub. And credential I have added in this manage Jenkins manage credential. So I am calling this credential here. Why I am calling this credential? So I need to push this, right, my image, that's why it is in that time it will calling this credential for login to your Docker Hub, then I am calling this. So next we are going to SCM means it is check out the code and it will take the branch and it will use this URL and it will clone that. Okay, then next stage is build artifact means it will clean that whatever source form.xml, and so it will there, right? Let me open GitHub, then you guys can understand. This is my GitHub. Going to take creatives. So here Spring Boot. See, this is my code. Developer, just assume this is the developer push this code in src and pom.xmls and this one, where is this, the Docker files, everything. Then I have written the Jenkins file and I have created some deployment YAML files and service.yaml file using this script. So this is the script they are pushing there, and they are code giving the src hello Java application. Here their code is, some code is there. This is developer they will do. Once developer done the changes and they will push the code, then it will take using SCM, it will clone automatically. Then it will run the we can run the using Maven clean package or Maven clean install, it will create a target folder. This I will show you in practical, then you can understand easily. Okay, once clean the once build the image, then we can using Docker file we can create one image, that is the build image stage. That build image stage docker build registry, here it will take the registry, this registry username and this is the image name. So it will create one image name, it will build that image name using Docker file. Okay, now Docker push, here I used that credential, you can see previously I have shown, right, I told you, right, that credential I am using for pushing. So this is the Docker image, it will take this Docker image and using to push command it will push. Now this is very important, guys. So for connecting K8 cluster, So you need to export the kubeconfig file in first wherever your Jenkins is running. In that Jenkins you need to install kubectl also. That is very important. Okay, you need to install kubectl also in your this one Jenkins server. You need to install kubectl also, then only it will update your kubeconfig file. Okay, now next one, stages deploying in KS steps scripts with credentials, file credential id, kubernetes variables, config files, everything. Okay, this is the with credential we need to create this kubernetes config file. We need to add one secret text, so that I will show you. Okay, no issue, that I will show you how to create the credential, then you can use that credentials. Okay, and opt clone, this is the my workspace location. Under the workspace I have two files, one is the deployment YAML file and one is the service YAML file. And then this is the deployment YAML file and service YAML file. My cluster is already created previously. Now I am going to deleting that. Let me. So my cluster is already created. If you want, you can go here in GitHub or this one, my channel, or go to any other YouTube. Let me. Here playlist, right? Here go to EKS. Wait. Go to EKS. Under the EKS, go to playlist. Go to EKS. Under the EKS there is a EKS master setup and EKS join the worker node. This is the video. You can go through this video how to install the EKS master setup and how to join the worker nodes. Otherwise there is a documentation. Here go to documentation, EKS cluster install. Here is the documentation. Install Java, Maven, and SQL, EPC, case cluster, case install step by step. Here is the EKS cluster install step by step. I will explain again also. There is a steps also there. There is a steps. I will upload again these steps. Today's video, Jenkins CI/CD video. Then you can go through this for following you can follow these steps and you can install the EKS cluster. Once you install your EKS cluster, just check the using these two commands. We have already a video in our channel. This I already showed you, right? This is the video. This is the video. This is the join the worker node. This is the two videos you need to go through. This is the simple 5 minutes only. This is the video. Then go through that video and try to install Jenkins. Try to install your EKS. Once you install your EKS, just check these two commands: kubectl get nodes. Your nodes is got created. Okay, now I'm deleting that I have whatever I have created. Then we can go for using to Jenkins and we can deploy it. kubectl delete deploy and deployment name. You can use it, this is default only. Then you can use get pods. See, all the pods are terminating now. Get deployments also 0. kubectl get svc kubectl delete svc using this svc name. Deleted that. Okay, it will delete, no issue. Meanwhile, let me start my Jenkins. This is my Jenkins master. Start the instance. If I face any issue this master, maybe I launch very long, then I will use this Jenkins master. This is little bit larger compared to other. First I will try this. If it is any issue, then I will try to use this. So like my motto is I will show you end to end, so just I will show you for first this. Let's see. So my service got deleted. No, there is no any issue. Now let me check. Okay, server is started. Now let's connect. EC2 iPhone user. Sudo su. Let me check what is my user. I think Unnati. Okay, let me go to Unnati user. Okay, fine, no issue. Now I am inside Unnati user. Here let me start my Jenkins first. Apache bin starting my Jenkins startup. Jenkins is started. Okay, fine. Let me copy my public IP address. Go to here. Paste it here. 8080/Jenkins. So Jenkins is opened. Let me create one job. Kubernetes CI/CD deploy select pipeline. Now select Discord build 5 go to pipeline and here is the pipeline. Now I will show you step by steps. So this is the first step. Let me copy this first step. Till here I will copy directly. Environment variables are not required now. Let me show you first a simple way, then you can understand this. This is the first step. After that I am copying this stage. This stage how it is create, let me go to pipeline syntax. Here you just use the checkout and git you can use, and you can use your GitHub repository. This is my Spring Boot. Here I just want to cloning. I am cloning, just cloning this, just to paste anywhere. Just copy this. Just copy this URL and paste it here. Now just this is my master branch only. Okay, you can see here this is my master branch only. Now go to here and just generate this. So this is how I am creating that stage, second stage. This is the stage I am just creating like that. Okay, just copy and where it is, go here and paste this. Now 1 2 3, I'm just executing one more this. Here 1 2 3, 1 2 is there, 1 2 3. Okay, this is fine, I think. Let me save, I think somewhere 1 2 3, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, one more is required. Now let me build this. You must use the post method triggering the build from the script you instead of post. Your API account you can use, maybe this plugin is get the link. Okay, I don't know what is this. Let's see. Maybe Jenkins some issue. Oh, 3 builds are running. Great. So my first step is completed. Now I am going to second step. What is the second step? After cloning I need to run my this one. After cloning I am running this one, my Maven clean build. Let me copy and build now. Now go to inside. See, all the dependencies are building. So my build is success now. Now 2 stages are completed. One is LCM and one is build. Now third step. Third step, I need to build the image, so I require Docker here. So I am going to my Jenkins again. Let me open again my Jenkins server. So we need to install Docker here. Okay. This was going to sleep mode. Let me wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Now let me log in again. Go to sudo su hyphen unnati, my unnati user. Now I am going to install docker hyphen y. Let me use sudo. So systemctl status docker, it is an active state. Let me start. System provided service for systemctl start. Let me use sudo. So now it started. Let me check the status. So my docker is running. Now we can go for one more stage here. This is stage steps script I'm just writing. Whatever docker image, this image we require now. This is the environment variable, right? These environment variables we require now. So whatever image I'm pushing here, this credential I need to add that I will show you after second point. First I am building that. This image is already there. I am just changing Spring Boot demo EKS demo. I'm just adding EKS free time. Okay, I'm just adding this F only. First let me copy this stage. This is the stage. This is the stage. Let me copy this stage. Go to configuration. So let me add it here. This is my stage. So I required image name, so I need to add environment variable for that. I will copy all these 3 points, then I will commit that credential point. I will show you then next step. So this is how. This is not required now. Let me commit this, and this is also not required. Let me commit this. I'm just adding only building that docker image using to docker build. Let me save. Just build now. No such docker error ID. Jenkins real life login. Oh, sorry. we need to install Docker plugins. Manage Jenkins, manage plugins, auto available, search Docker. This is the now plugin and this is the pipeline plugin. Okay, let me install these two. Now try to run. If it is not working, then I will create that credentials. This is expected, right? That credential is issue permission denied. There is no any credential for this. Let me create that. See, error is, see clearly. Docker build is trying to do, but getting permission of socket. So connecting to this username. Let me try that. Let's see what is manage Jenkins, manage credentials, system, global tool credentials, add credentials, username password. My username password, let me add that. Name, I will use same name. There is no any confusion, that's why I'm using same name. Let me do now. Still same. I know why it is same. So we need to provide the this Docker. Array again. This is going to ideal state. So we need to provide that Docker socket. We need to provide that user. We are running different user, right? We need to use this command. sudo su unnati something is running unnati, something is running different users. Anyway, no issue. Running Docker is this one. User mode. Now we need to restore Jenkins again. So instead of restart, I am just stopping instance. We can wait for start until actually once we create the user, Jenkins need to fetch. So we need to restart Jenkins. So instead of restarting Jenkins, anyway my Jenkins server is going to slow. I'm just stopping and starting again, then we can see. Otherwise I will pause this video until this start, then I will come back. Okay, let me start again now. Let me start. We can wait for until this start. Meanwhile, I'm preparing the documentation. Okay, my server got started. Let me log in. Okay, my server is started. Let me go to my user. Here I'm going to go to /opt. I'm starting Jenkins now again. Apache. Let me start Jenkins. Once you start the Jenkins, you need to start the Docker also. Oh, system ctl status Docker. Docker also stop. You need to start this Docker also. Now I started. Let me copy IP address. Go to here again. Go to here. Go log into 8080 Jenkins. This is my Jenkins. So we are doing after this changing the user of Docker. Okay, now we are just restarting the Jenkins. Now we are running again that pipeline. Go to deploy. It is working very slow. Okay, let me start the build. Now we can check it is working or not. See, now it is pulling. So issue is that it is building after docker build -t, that is my image name mksf. Okay, now pipeline got success. I'm just building the image, so this image no an image last an hour 3 years back it is there. Now I'm pushing using one more stage. What is that stage? That stage is Docker push. So this is the stage using Docker push. This you know, right? Docker registry with registry, and that credential I am using. This is the registry. So a Docker image is this one, and using to push command. Okay, now go to configuration again. Go to here. Let me add one more stage. This is Docker push. Now I am enabling this one. Previously we disabled, right? That credential required. Now this is the Docker image. It will take the Docker image here. This image tag it will take. So it will push to my Docker hub. Let me show you that. Try to build. So my image is building now. See, my image got built and my image got pushed also. Here it is, Docker login is succeeded and the image building is success. After that Docker login stage is succeeded, then it is pushing that. Now I am going to check my Docker hub. Let me refresh it. See, just few seconds ago my Docker image got pushed. Now still here, this is how CI process can work. Just tell any interviews, once still here you need to consider all the CI part. Any interviews ask, you just tell I'm cloning and building and Docker image building and Docker image using to pushing. Now we are going to do main part. We are need to deploy using the Docker image. We need to deploy our Kubernetes cluster and microservices. So that we required kubectl in Jenkins. So let me go and install it. I think this got stuck. You can wait for 1 or 2 minutes. So meanwhile we required some command plugins also in Jenkins. Meanwhile go to dashboard, manage Jenkins, manage plugins, auto available. Just search KUB or Kubernetes. So credentials, Kubernetes plugin and CLI plugin, credential providers. These are the plugins you need to install for Kubernetes. Install without restart. Now this server is up. Go to sudo. Now I am going to my user. Here I am installing. Now go to notepad, give the execution permission. Now check, copy that kubectl in bin location. Use sudo. Now use to check the Okay, this is how we can check kubectl version. I am installing ekctl also. This is not required, just I am showing which version I am trying to run, so I am showing that also. Okay, this is done. Now I am just updating that kubeconfig file. Okay, before updating kubeconfig file, I need to use my AWS configure. So my access key and secret access key and my region is ES1 and format. Now I am going to update again. Now added. Now check the kubectl get nodes. I am just checking my cluster is connecting or not. Okay, node doesn't have resources type nodes. Okay, I need to attach the IAM. Let me check which one here I have attached. IAM demo EKS role. Demo EKS role. Just updating. Let me execute here. I am checking user also. Okay, here also it is done. Now kubectl get nodes. See, now it is running. Now go to my user sudo kubectl get nodes. Okay, now we are good. Now we can go for Jenkins. Here we can use update stage first. Go to Jenkins. Oh sorry, first we need to add some credential. So that kubeconfig file, right, we just updated that kubeconfig file. So that kubeconfig file, where it is there, use ls-la. Sorry, ls-la. Here there is a .cube, right? Go to inside .cube. These .cubes, here there is a config file. This config file we need to add our Jenkins Jenkins CI/CD credentialing. So that first you need to download it. I have already downloaded. Here this location I have already downloaded. Let me create the credential. Manage Jenkins. Manage credentials. Enter system. Go over to add. Here it is. select secret file. So you have there is a document also. If you want to, you can go for this document also. Just use this here, secret file. Okay. Now choose that file. Document section. Config. I am using same name. I don't have to change again. Kubernetes credential. I'm going to use same name. Okay, done. Now I'm going to CI/CD deployment. Go to configure. Under here I need to add this stage now. This is the stage. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. I'm going to add, this is the stage. Let me save, try to build again. Now open, just observe this all the steps. This is simple. Whatever we are just doing the manual, just we are updating kubeconfig file, right? That config file we are just running. Meanwhile, let me connect the cluster also. I think this server got stuck. This is running very less configuration, so that's why I'm saying the server got stuck. I cannot do anything. Let me stop this. What happened? Oh, can't go log. Still this is stuck, no issue. Let me stop. I am starting this server. I will show you CI part in this one case. Both our connectivities already we did. Just I will deploy and I will show you. sudo su hyphen testing. Here my user is testing. Okay, I am an inside user. Now go to Tomcat Apache bin. Now start the Tomcat. Now I need to start Docker also. Sudo systemctl start Docker. Okay, now I started Docker and this one. Copy and paste here 8080/Jenkins. Okay, now go to EKS cluster install. Go to configure. Okay, now this is the stage, right? This is just stage of that. Okay, we just added this connectivity stage. Connect the EKS cluster. This is the stage. Now let me run the pipeline. I think this Jenkins also going to very slow. Okay, that config file is updated. Now what we can do, we can add this one more stage. This last stage we can add it. Let me copy till here again. Till here we are done, right? I am just copying again. Okay, till here we done. Now let me, what happened? Something is issue. Till here we done. Okay, now let me add this last stage. 1 2 3 4. Okay, till here. This credential I will show you how to create that credential. Now go to pipeline, go to configure, go to syntax. Here just search this one with credential with the variable. Here just select secret file, variable I am adding this kubeconfig and credential I am selecting config Kubernetes credential. So generate it. What happened? So this is how it will create that credentials. This is the step of creating that credential. Okay, now copy this This you know, right? I'm going to this workspace location. There is a deployment file, service file. I'm just deploying. Now using sudo s kubectl apply command, I'm just running that deployment. Go to and let me create stage. Okay, this is my stage. Now apply, save it. Now build this. This is final pipeline. Just see how it will work. See my, it is just displaying that using docker and cat service files and apply YAML file and service YAML file. Now it's success. Now we can go and check the cluster. This is my cluster. Sudo su kubectl get nodes kubectl get pods kubectl get svc. Just see 43 seconds ago, just now it is created. This is my load balancer. It is creating my service. This load balancer also you can check if it is load balancer. Where is load balancer? Here is the load balancer. Now it is creating one load balancer here. This is DNS 1824 1824. Okay, this is how we can work. Okay guys, this is the process of CI/CD. If you go to check this tech in service only, then you can try to execute that using, but we need to allow the port. I am not allowing the port, so you need to allow your 8080 port also, your security group level, whatever your instance security group it is there, right? That security group level you need to allow that. Okay, then only it will work. That ports are allowing. Okay guys, this is very going to very lengthy video. I think my our motto is done. How to connect the Kubernetes, how to deploy our application. Okay, I will share this pipeline script also, and that cluster, how to install the cluster, how to create the EKS cluster steps also. Just follow and go through this video, and you can able to create everything. Okay guys, thank you for cooperating me. Thanks. We can discuss tomorrow on remaining points. Okay, bye.